Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to episode 4 of Ahwa. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Today, it's not just going to be Mason Mount. It's not just going to be Manchester United. Today, we're talking about Arsenal Football Club. We're talking about Dominik Szoboszlai, and we are talking about Manchester United. So we're talking about essentially the three biggest clubs in it. So those are the three clubs we're going to be talking about today. We're going to touch on Arsenal, Rice, Timber, Havertz. Essentially, all three are done deals now. So we're going to see, are Arsenal going to challenge? Will Arsenal not challenge? All of that good stuff. We're here to ask our guests that question. We need you guys involved in the comment section as well. We're going to be talking about Dominik Szoboszlai coming to Liverpool Football Club. We got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. And we're going to touch on Mount and Onana moving to Manchester United. So these are the three topics for today. We ain't even started yet. There's already 140 people in here. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Minimum 100 likes. Yalla habibis, like the video. This very second. Stop what you're doing. Hit that like button. Subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. I don't want to keep stopping the show to say it. So just do it by yourself. You get me? So get us to 100 likes as quick as possible. Make sure you're sharing the videos as you're always doing as well, my lovely people. So, of course, we've got the panel coming on for Ahwa today. Ozzy bottled it. So we've got the two regulars. First of all, he has told me he's pro Mason Mount today. He told me he's turned. He told me he's no longer going to be a negative Man United fan because he got bullied into saying Mason Mount is now going to be a good signing. So he's going to have to hold that from this comment section because I know this comment section is about to be ruthless to him. I would say, fourth favorite Man United fan to work with. So he's in my top 5 of Man United fans I like to work with. So I appreciate him taking time off from making appearances on every YouTube channel known to mankind to come join us on this channel. So joining us on the channel, of course, is the Man United guy, man like Staffy. How you doing, bro?
I've converted, bro. I've converted. Life is beautiful now. No negativity. I'm a positive Man United fan. I back my manager without questioning him. I have come to realize that I'm just a YouTuber and I don't know more than the manager to question him. So I'm just bringing positive vibes today. We signed Mason Mount. Life is beautiful. He's exactly what we need. So let's do this, man. Thank you for having me. I'm serious.
I can feel your sickness just coming through your face, honestly. Even the comment section is just calling it out. Big up Sophia, man, in the comments. Big up. Joining us on the channel as well is a man who's about to lose his second best player, to Staffy's team. So today, it's not like he's just going to sit here and be neutral all the time. He's going to be talking about his player moving too, because there has been another bid apparently for Onana, and the talks are progressing well for Staffy to finally have a good goalkeeper, which means now Mo doesn't have a good goalkeeper. So the most corrupt judge on God's green earth is about to join us on the stream. There is nothing right about this guy. It's 100% corruption. I think I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know he's corrupt based on what, though. That's the thing. Because people are corrupt, like, based on money, stuff like that. I think he just enjoys being corrupt. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't even have to bribe him. He's just corrupt all the time. Man, like, Judge Mo has joined us on the channel. How are you doing, Habibi?
I'm okay. Love and life. First day of the Mercato in Italy. It's today, by the way. And so we wake up to in short, Brozovic was about to go to Saudi Arabia for 23 million. He's going to make 100 million in 3 years. And then the first day of the Mercato opens and the fax comes in for 13 million plus 2 instead of 23. And Inter thought it's a mistake. It's something is wrong with something. And they said, no. This is our new offer now. Instead of 23, we're offering you 13 plus 2 million. And Inter said, no, we're not accepting it. And they said, okay, whatever. And we were supposed to sign Azpilicueta today. I didn't want him, but this is how chaotic it is, right? We were supposed to get Azpilicueta today because he's free agent today. And we wake up today for Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Azpilicueta is in Atletico Madrid. I'm like, okay, you agreed with the guy. And then he went and Jen signed for Atletico Madrid. And yesterday, Fabrizio Romano said, here we go. Brozovic, Al Nassr. It's done deal. It's not done. And also we wake up today that Onana was supposed to be 70 million euros. And then they said, no, 60 million euros. And then today Inter said, no, we'll accept 50 million euros. And apparently Man United are about to offer 35 million pounds plus bonuses. 35 million euros plus bonuses. Euros, okay? So we started with 70, and now we're talking about 30 million pounds. Also, the guy, we were supposed to sign a guy called Fratesi, plays for the national team, plays for Sassuolo. We agreed terms with Sassuolo, everything, 23 million. And then because Brozovic deal didn't happen, Sassuolo turned to Inter and said, you know what? Go sort your stuff out. We actually have a different deal with somebody else. Somebody wants to offer us 28 million. And Inter said, but you already agreed. He's like, but you don't have the money. You didn't sell Brozovic. So we're not waiting for you. That's the first day. It's like deadline day madness, but in the first day of the Mercato.
No way, all of that happened in 24 hours.
In 24 hours. 24 hours.
That is insane. That is
So why are you having a good day then? You said you're having a good day, and
Because
then you
I
listed
just
all
gave
this.
up, to be honest. Because I just gave up.
He's having a good day because he gave up. It just made no
Okay,
sense.
so here's the thing. Because I was on a space, and fans, I don't like this, okay? There's a lot of fans, and you guys know this, okay? A lot of Liverpool, Man City, a lot of Premier League fans are like, they do whatever makes them sleep at night. They convince themselves everything is gonna be okay. Like, what doesn't matter? We always gonna be okay. And I hate these types of fans. These types of fans are the ones that makes the club go backwards because they are just people that surrender. They're okay with it. So it's if the fans don't want to improve this club, if my management cannot spend money on holding the club hostage, why should I care? I'm just gonna enjoy the ride. I'm gonna watch my team. When I go to Italy, I go to the stadium. By the way, every time I go, every year I go to Italy and I go to the stadium. I spend money going to the stadium. I enjoy my team play. It's the first game I've ever watched in Europe with Inter, of course. When I went to Europe for the first time in my life, I went to Milano for one day to go to Inter because it was my dream. Right? I love this team, and you guys see me all the time in my watch-alongs. I'm crazy about Inter. But if I care, but the management don't care, and the fan base don't care, I'm just gonna say, but then for Malta, yani. It's literally this. You know what I mean? Like I went on spaces and I did videos talk about it, and everybody comes like, I think we're gonna be all right. We're selling our two best players, and fans are sitting there and say, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right, my ass. Literally, it's like Liverpool tomorrow saying we're gonna sell Alisson and Salah, and the fan base turn and say, yeah, we've been okay before, we're gonna be all right, without even throwing a tantrum. It's madness.
I've never
Some
seen
fans-
fans
I'm gonna
like
be
that.
honest with you. The one thing that pisses me off the most before we even start the show is robotic people. I've always said, even when Mason Mount was linked with Liverpool and these conversations started, I always said, I have no problem if you say yes to a player and give me reasons. Like, just go like, because I think he does 1, 2, and 3 well. I think he offers 1, 2, and 3, no problem. What I hate is robotic stuff when people just go like, oh, it's all going to be good. It's all going to be okay. And let's all hug each other and stuff like that. And I just believe in this and I believe in that. That's when I think it's just people are full of shit. I'm going to be honest with you.
By the way, it's okay to believe in it, but also be realistic and say, I disagree with what is happening. I believe it might be okay, but I disagree with what's happening is madness.
It is because what's happening at Inter right now, I
How
think
is a team reaching a Champions League final go backwards? It doesn't make any sense.
Because
Like,
it wasn't.
am I
It
lagging
wasn't
out
on,
or am I good?
You lagged
lagged
once.
for a second,
But we won the league 2 years ago, right? Conte created a winning team. And then now it's every year we're going backwards. I know we reached the Champions League final and then we're taking a step backwards. Italian
it's
football,
money.
to be honest, when people ask me why you don't watch Italian football, I admit years ago, I actually don't watch Italian football. People ask me, what do you know about Sassuolo? I know nothing. I watch only the big games. I watch maybe when Sassuolo play Milan or Inter or something. I watch every Premier League game. I call myself an expert in Premier League because I watch every game and I follow the news closely, but I'm not an expert in Serie A because it's terrible. Teams are weakening, right? The coverage is terrible, by the way. I went to Goodison Park. I know you want to do the super chat, but let me just tell this because people ask me why you follow the Premier League so much, right? I live in America, and when I went to the stadiums, I went to San Siro, I went to the Olimpico, and I went to Goodison Park, the Etihad, and I went to Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park. and I went to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I'm telling you, the football in the Premier League on the pitch, like when I went to watch Everton play Arsenal, it wasn't great, right? The game was not great. I watch because I play football and I know it wasn't the best level of football. It wasn't what you see on TV. And I went and watched Inter and I watched Roma, right? The football is similar. The thing about it is that the product that you see on TV from the Premier League is superior to everything else. It's better than NFL. It's better than basketball. The product that you see. So at the end, I'm a fan, and I want to watch the best product. I support my team. I watch every game for Inter. But why I'm supposed to sit and watch Sassuolo play Genoa in a terrible pitch with terrible camera and terrible colors? Why? I'm a football fan. What is that going to benefit me? So I go and watch the Premier League, and the Premier League produces the best product out there in the world to watch.
And speaking of Premier League, I want to get into it. We're talking about the three biggest clubs today.
Sorry,
Chombe's already started. He says, now you know why I went crazy on Arsenal fans. Chombe, we're actually going to start with Arsenal this stream, so stay locked in. Big up to Jacob, who says, when everyone said we are quiet and we signed 60 million a player, goodbye for Liverpool. I agree, it's a goodbye for Liverpool, and we will be talking Szoboszlai as well on this stream, because I told Staffy, like, we ain't about to just discuss Mount for an hour and a half for like the fourth Ahwa episode running. So we've got to set it up today. So we're going to start with Arsenal. Jacob, we're going to address Szoboszlai in the Liverpool section right after Arsenal, and then we're going to head to Man United. Before we start, guys, there's 350 people here. Minimum 100 likes. Yalla, we ain't even started yet. Every single person watching us right now, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Chombe, big up to Jacob for the super chats. Big up to you both. Most importantly is every single person watching this very second, slap that like button and subscribe to This Is Football right now. The road to 15k continues, Habibis. So like the video, subscribe. Minimum 100 likes. Come on, there's 300 people here. Yalla, everyone like the video, everyone subscribe, and let's just get into it. I want to start with Arsenal Football Club. We need to talk on Arsenal, so that's where I want to start. Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, Jurriën Timber, just a whole lot of madness happening at the Emirates right now. Clearly they're showing intent that they do want to challenge again. So guys, where do you think Arsenal are going? What direction do you think Arsenal are headed to?
I'll go since Mo probably needs a break after that rant. I like the signings that they're going for. But as I said, I feel like I need to see what else are they going to do, because like you're losing Partey, you're losing Xhaka, and you're replacing him with Havertz and Declan Rice, and that to me doesn't scream improvement. So that's more of just like replacing likes for likes. You can argue which combo is a little bit better. I would argue that Partey and Xhaka were a better combination than having Havertz in that 8. That's if he's going to play the 8, because we don't even know, and having Declan Rice right there. So if they were just adding them to that team, I would be like, yeah, 100% they're going to go and compete and try to win the league. They're going to go back to where they were last season, where they messed up, which is like the last 10 games of the season. And they're going to have enough firepower to push through, especially when they have Timber, instead of having to bring in Holding in the last 10 games of the season against Liverpool and West Ham and them. You're bringing in Timber, or you're putting Timber on the right and you're putting Ben White in the center back. It gives you more options. It looks like a little bit more of a serious team. I think Arsenal, for once, are moving serious. This is something I haven't seen in a while. I do think that they're trying their best to back the manager. And I just want to see before I make a judgment on what's going to happen, because it's so easy to just sit here and say,
I'm not going to allow you to sit on the fence. You're not going to sit on the
fence. I'm not going to sit on the fence. However, like I do, as I said, I do think they're moving serious.
Do you feel like even the way you're addressing Arsenal is a bit too disrespectful to them? Honestly, the way that
this is the nicest I've ever spoken about Arsenal, and you thought that was
disrespectful. Let me tell you, because
I said they're moving as a serious club.
Okay, they finished second. They're about to sign Rice, Havertz, and Timber. Timber fixes the holding problem. Declan Rice immediately elevates their midfield directly.
No, I disagree. I disagree, because he's not adding to that midfield. He is replacing Partey, and Partey was good for about 2/3 of the season last season. People were talking about him being better than Casemiro in them, and now we're talking about him as being a scrub. I don't think so. I think if Rice would have came in, because about a month ago we were talking about him just like being next to Partey at that number 8, but now we're talking about him replacing him.
Big up Soa, man. Soa's the guy who was there on Straight Facts earlier on when I did that show. Big up man said, want my airtime here as well. May Allah guide you. I'm actually defending Arsenal, Soa. I want to slap the crap out of you. You know, let me just say this. Soa, wallahi, thank you for the super chat, but I'm sending you a virtual slap. You know, earlier on Straight Facts, you know what triggered the Arsenal fans? I said Liverpool have a stronger pull than Arsenal, and everyone just got pissed off for some reason. I don't know why they got pissed off. People think that one season is going to change everything. There's a difference between Liverpool maybe don't spend as much money than they are less attractive than Arsenal. I think if you bring 100 players right now, 90 of them would go to Liverpool over Arsenal, because pull and attraction is not just about who has Champions League football. If that were the case, Newcastle would have gotten Szoboszlai. But anyway, back to Arsenal. You're saying Rice is replacing Partey. Here's my thing. What if Partey stays then?
Okay, I'm happy you asked that. Then
Yeah.
this is something that you can also you can start saying, okay, this is the improvement, because I thought this would be the case. I look at that midfield a lot more seriously when you have Declan Rice and Partey together, as opposed to just like Partey leaving and then him replacing him, because I don't think the gap between them as players is that much. People weren't talking about Declan Rice being the best holding midfielder in the league last season, but they were talking about Partey. So I can't, in a span of 6 months or less, just all of a sudden talk about Declan Rice being miles ahead of Partey. Yes, Partey isn't always there because of his injury. Sometimes he disappears in big games, but his presence in that Arsenal team was massive last season for, as I said, like 2/3 of the season. So him just being removed out of the team and replacing him with Rice, that doesn't show me drastic improvement.
Okay, one second. I know Mo wants to comment here.
I'm sorry,
Mo, before you go, I just want to ask this guy one last question, Staffy, and I know Mo wants to come in here. Staffy, here's the thing. Currently, as things stand at Arsenal Football Club, who's better than Declan Rice? Who would you say is at a higher level than Rice?
In Arsenal?
Yeah, currently, out of the current team.
Are you talking about his position or just his impact in the team?
No, the whole squad. The Arsenal from 1 to 25. Who's better than Rice currently?
I think Odegaard is better.
Okay, fair.
I think Saka's better. I personally rate Martinelli higher, so I think Martinelli's better.
It's his opinion.
Okay, no problem. So you're like is immediately fourth best player.
No.
I mean, you can argue Saliba
is a better player than him.
Yeah, Saliba.
You guys are crazy.
It's like, hold on. Again,
not because you spent 105 million doesn't mean that I rate you that high already.
I think Rice is the third best player.
Hold on. So let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you. It's how effective you are in your position. Mm-hmm. How much does Saliba affect that defense? Massively. So that means Saliba in that defense is worth more than Declan Rice is that midfield. I don't say that Declan Rice isn't a good player. He's a fantastic player. Okay. Odegaard in his position, based on last year, was one of the most effective players in that position. Saka on that right side and Martinelli, they were absolutely amazing, right? That's how I judge a player. So let me just give you the props about this. My opinion. Arsenal, their first 11 last year could have won the league and should have won the league. When Saliba got injured, they fell apart. That means this guy Arteta only worked in preseason with 11 guys or 12 guys, and then he forgot about the others. Okay, that's what I thought happened. Okay, they got Trossard, he worked out. It's good. Trossard play under the Zerbi. What I'm expecting from Arsenal next year, if you go get me 65 million Havertz, regardless of my opinion or your opinion, we are irrelevant here, right? We're irrelevant. And you get a Declan Rice for 105 and you go sign Timber, that gives you tons of flexibility to switch between 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 3-2-3, 4-1, whatever you want to play. I'm expecting you, instead of challenging for 29 games, to challenge for 37, 38 games like what Liverpool does. Like when Liverpool lost the league by 1 point, I'm saying at that point they are competitive enough, I cannot fault them. When you get 97 points and lose it with 1 point, it's based on small details. But I'm expecting Arsenal to challenge for the league. If they don't challenge for the league, it's a failure, complete failure. What do I think is going to happen? I think Arsenal will continue in the good form they had last year. I think Arsenal will actually be better than last year. That's what I expect is going to happen. This is my expectation.
Okay.
Why
Can
I
tell you why you're both crazy?
Why?
Let me tell you why you're both crazy. tell you why you're both crazy. Declan Rice, the moment he steps foot in Arsenal, is a top 3 player at Arsenal. Even using Mo's logic, which is who's most effective in his position.
But
I
that's
think
your
Declan
opinion.
Rice
That's
is
Give
not
me
more-
why. Why?
That's
Tell me
your
why.
opinion.
Okay,
That's
I'll
not
tell
a
you.
fact.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Declan Rice, the moment he steps foot in Arsenal Football Club, is their 3rd best player minimum. It's Odegaard, Saka 1 and 2, and then you've got Declan Rice 3.
You never.
Declan
See,
Rice-
you didn't explain anything. You
I'll
just
tell
said
you, I'll
exactly
tell
the
you.
same
Yeah,
sentence.
he just said his opinion.
You just,
Declan
no,
Rice-
he said the same
Declan
sentence
Rice-
again.
يا
Yeah.
زلمة خليني اشرح مش بسالتني
No, you're not.
تكرار
خليني
بيعلم
أحكي لك.
الحمار.
Yeah,
Let me say
exactly.
it. Let me say
Just
it.
keep
تكرار بيعلم
repeating
So
الحمار.
let
the
me
same
say it.
shit, assuming
so-
that we're gonna understand it more now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me say it. So with Declan Rice, he is more effective as a DM than Martinelli is as a winger or Saliba is as a centre back.
Martinelli
If
was their top
Declan
scorer,
Rice
by the way.
didn't, if you're using the if he was not there argument for Saliba, if Declan Rice didn't exist for West Ham this season, they don't win the Conference League and they get relegated. Simple as. I'm giving you genuine scenario.
So
If Declan Rice didn't exist, they don't win that and they get relegated. The reason why I say Declan Rice is a massive upgrade is Arsenal's weakness was not scoring goals. You know Arsenal's weakness was not scoring goals. Staffy does, I do. Except in a few games, yani, but it happens. That's not their weakness. Their weakness was them conceding goals. And the defensive presence that Declan Rice gives them in front of those 4 defenders is worth and more effective and valued more, I think, than Martinelli scoring goals. Saka, I understand because he's a bit more than goals. Odegaard, I understand because he's just unbelievable. The rest, I think Rice is immediately a top 3 player. That's why when they were linked to City, I said Arsenal need Rice more than City need Rice. And I didn't even think Rice would start for City. That's my honest opinion.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this Declan Rice guy and I'm saying he immediately elevates Arsenal Football Club directly the moment he walks into the club.
So you think Declan Rice as a DM is better than the party that played the first 29 games?
That's my point.
But
Thank
that's
you.
not
Are
how
you
I look
serious,
at the
bro?
season.
Are you serious?
But you should,
That's
because
not how
that
I
was
look
my
at the
point.
season.
Are you
That's not how I
serious?
look at the season.
You
I'm not
really
looking at the season
think-
first 29 games.
No, so here's the thing then.
I'm looking
You
at the
don't-
totality of the year.
So here's the thing. You put all the factors together. Thomas Partey
yeah.
fell down after what happened in the case in February and when Saliba got injured in March. That's when Thomas Partey felt like he's exposed behind him. I actually judged Thomas Partey, yes, based on the whole season, but in these 29 games that they played and they were sensational, Thomas Partey was one of the best DMs in the league. Can Declan Rice play 30 games in the same level that Partey played last year? I doubt it. I don't think so.
That's cap because he's done that this year.
He didn't play the same
played
level
in a
that
pivot
Partey
this
did.
year. Declan Rice plays next to Suchek. So no, he didn't play a number
Okay,
6
so it's
by
even
himself.
more difficult for
Hold on.
Rice.
So he
Listen.
actually didn't play as a number 6 by himself.
It's more difficult for Rice then. And
It's
also
gonna be
Partey plays
exactly.
next to
It's gonna
Xhaka,
be
so you
more
just undid
difficult
your
for
own point.
Rice. So you see, you're not. You see,
Partey plays
Lama-
next to Xhaka, Mo. You just undid your own point.
Oh, 100%. You're absolutely wrong here.
He does not play
Shaka
next
plays
to
a
him.
higher
He's an 8.
midfield. Saka this year had 6 goals and 8 assists or something like this, or 7 and 7 goals, 7 assists. He plays very high on the pitch. Inside, the one that inverts and plays inside is Zinchenko next to Thomas Partey, and he doesn't exist defensively. Arsenal
100%.
in this season, tactically, they rely on having the ball. When they lose the ball, Thomas Partey is the one that covers. I don't think that Xhaka played next to Partey at all this game. Thomas Partey plays a lone 6 this year, and Xhaka was all the way up.
Arsenal don't play with the lone 6. Arsenal fans themselves.
Yes, they
Arsenal
do,
plays
bro.
with a
don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. No, they
He's
don't.
They do, bro. What are you talking
He's an
about?
No, they
advanced
don't.
number. Okay.
So how did Xhaka get all these goals, bro? He was in the box how many times?
Listen,
Oh,
all
but
this
I'm-
advanced.
What was the
what?
numbers
Maybe,
again, bro?
okay, you know what,
It's
Hassan?
just
We are
tactical
wrong.
BS.
You are right as always. You are wrong. You are right. We are wrong. The only thing that can prove us right or wrong is one thing, which is that's what Hassan, is the heat map. Heat map for Xhaka. Okay, I'm gonna look at the heat map. Maybe I'm blind.
خش عليه يا
So
مو.
keep talking.
Arsenal, I had Curran on
Yeah,
the show
see,
2
these
days ago,
just
and he said we
Arsenal.
don't play.
You
with the
watch
lone 6.
Liverpool more than Arsenal.
We play. Yeah, but Karan is an Arsenal fan.
Why can't
He's not
people in the
us.
comments tell us? I want Arsenal fans to confirm what's going on here.
Well,
They play
okay,
double
just
pivot,
let
they don't
me
play
tell you
lone
one
six.
thing. You're only allowed to vote.
Partey can't
as a
do lone six anyway. Partey cannot do
He
lone
did
six.
it. He did it.
He did
It was
bro.
it
all
was
season.
Zinchenko inverted next to
La
him.
ilaha illallah.
Partey plays a lone six. Oh my god, bro! You're like, what is wrong? My stress ball is about to die.
By the way, even if Zinchenko is next to him, by definition, that's a double pivot anyway.
Yeah, but in defensively, that doesn't happen like this.
Yeah,
That's on
Habibi,
the
if
ball.
it's Zinchenko or Xhaka, it doesn't make a difference. It's the double pivot anyway.
No, but you're talking about when you have the ball. Defensively, you're still a lone six. Because your argument that he can't play a lone six, why can't he play a lone six? You're talking about it in a defensive way. You're saying he can't defend alone as a lone six? Because when you have the ball, it's easy.
They play with a double pivot.
I don't
Habibi,
understand
they
how
don't.
you're saying. I just looked at the heat maps. Xhaka is completely shifted to the left.
Why can't we share
Ma,
it?
why
so people
should
see
I
it?
take your word for it? What if you're lying to
Oh,
me?
yeah, you go to
هيكذب عليك
SofaScore.
يا
No,
ولا بعيل.
no, see, now you're calling me a liar.
Why should I take your word for it?
Yeah,
Maybe
go
I'm
to
lying.
SofaScore.
I don't know.
Change
Go
it from
to a
القهوة ولا
SofaScore.
بعيل.
Oh my god. Anyway, Osam, it's not the point. I really don't like to dwell on small details. All I'm saying is that the facts are you went and got your first target and you got Havertz that you wanted. I'm not here. I don't see the future, guys. I only say things based on things that I saw before and what you did. That's what I build my all my conclusions are. But you're an engineer. I'm a scientist. I don't know what stuff he is, but we build based on facts. You remember proof. فاكر كم كنت ندرس رياضة proof. It's معطيات واديني النتيجة. So basically what happens is Arsenal had a great season for 30 games. For 30 games, right? They fell off because one of their main aspects one of the main guys got injured, which is Saliba. Thomas Partey fell off after that, right? Now they address that
why
situation.
Rice had a better season overall.
Habibi,
How are you
can we go
saying
back
that
to
Rice had a
something?
better- but
Yeah,
that's the
you're
point.
just
ثواني.
taking-
You never let me
I'm gonna
finish,
tag in
Osam.
دلوقتي. Hold on.
Why
why
you're
do
not
I
letting
think
me finish?
Okay,
Why you
okay.
not see? I was gonna say
Can I
something
give you
completely
the
doesn't.
reason? Can I give you
I'm
the
gonna
reason?
no. I'm not.
I want you to
wanna
chat with me
finish.
for the next half an hour, but let me tell you the reason.
No, I wanna
Why
finish
are you
my
using-
point. No,
Yeah,
let
one
me
second.
finish.
Why are you using the 29 games? What about the 38? Why
Yeah,
are you
because
using
Hussein,
one?
Hussein.
So I'm gonna answer you. I'm
Since
gonna
when do
answer
we
you.
have discourse like this?
I
he
am
was
gonna
better for
answer you. So
29
you didn't
games.
let me
طيب
finish.
وبعدين؟
So I didn't let me finish. They addressed the problem of the 29 games, which is they got
Overall, who was
Timber.
better 38 games?
They're gonna get
Partey.
overall, of course, Thomas Partey. Are you
Habibi,
comparing
Rice
Declan Rice
almost
to
got
Thomas Partey?
relegated. Hold on. Are we forgetting that they almost got relegated?
Because they
came
reached
out
the
of
Conference League final. Are you?
and it made
worried?
everyone forget.
This is
It made everyone
ridiculous.
forget what happened in the league because they almost got relegated. You're talking about this guy who almost got relegated, and I'm not trying to take a dig at him.
He's one of the reasons why they didn't
I'm
get
gonna
relegated.
prove you. I'm gonna present numbers and prove you wrong.
Rice is better than Partey.
طيب,
You guys
okay.
can correct me.
Actually, so can I present my argument on this
This is how
channel?
you know
that
Mo is a
the
scientist.
owner of the channel doesn't even let people present their argument.
Oh, look at this guy! Look at this guy! Don't do negative advertising for the brand. You get me? This guy.
Anyway,
You guys argue. I'm gonna
Tafadhal,
smoke my
أخوي.
shisha here.
طيب. So they're gonna address the problem with the depth in the defense with Timber, who I didn't watch a lot, but based on the reports, he should be someone who can help them. Also, that allows Ben White to actually slot in a back three, or Ben White to cover and Timber play outside, because we've seen him play that for the Netherlands team. So you solve that problem. You got Declan Rice for 105, and you got Kai Havertz. So now you can absolutely, without a doubt, play the formation that Pep plays, that he is begging to play. The guy wants to play Pep's formation. And now Jesus is not injured. So for me, I think they should challenge for the title. I don't disagree with you. Rice is
You just want to fight as per usual.
no. You said you just want to say
That's
that
why I
we're
tell
wrong,
people
and
you're
that's
the
it.
real enemy.
You just want to say that we're wrong.
And I told Staffy you're the enemy.
You just want to say that we're wrong. But I'm saying that they should.
Today I'm
not
teaming up
saying
with
you're
Mo.
wrong.
You lost me today. I'm teaming up
Me
with
and
Mo
you
because-
agree. How are you saying I'm wrong?
Because
when we
you
agree?
just said that I said that Arsenal should challenge for the title. I'm expecting them to continue the same form.
I
And they
agree,
address
I agree.
their
I
problems.
No.
And they address the problems, right? Even if
طب
Partey
يا حبيبي,
fell
who
now-
disagrees? I'm saying yes. I'm agreeing with you.
طيب,
Who
okay.
disagrees?
خلاص, we
أنا بحكي لك
agree. We
okay,
agree.
I'm
Let's shake
I'm
hands.
saying yes, they will
Let's shake hands.
continue.
Shake hands. That's it. Okay, so now let's talk about how they're gonna set up on the pitch. I don't know if you guys want to tell me or not. I am assuming that Arsenal will actually set up on the pitch completely different than this year. I am thinking that Zinchenko, because he's very suspect defensively, he's gonna invert even more, and they're gonna have Ben White or Timber playing a back three. So Ben White is gonna play in a back three. Okay. And I think Declan Rice might play next to Zinchenko or might not. Okay. I'm still thinking that Kai Havertz isn't going to be used as someone behind. I think Declan Rice is going to be used as a left center midfielder. If you go watch his games at West Ham, he is really leaning towards that left midfield side. In England only, he plays in the center. You say you disagree with me. You say that Declan Rice might be a six. I think that if Declan Rice plays a six for Arsenal, they are a little bit open defensively, because I don't think Declan Rice
He's not a lone six.
has the defensive abilities to do that by himself. He plays for England, and because England play shit
Three in
countries.
the back, anyways.
Who's
played-
better with the defense? Who's better with defensive attributes, Rice or Partey? Defensively.
Partey.
لا حول ولا قوة.
Yeah, Habibi, are we watching the same players here? Because it sounds like
Yes,
you're watching a
this
different
guy
Thomas
league
supports
Partey
now.
is-
Liverpool, bro.
Thomas Partey is better than Declan Rice when it comes to passing. That's the one thing he has over
And on the
Rice. But
physical,
defensively, it's Rice, of course.
طيب, okay.
It's not.
Of course.
I think
I like
Rice
it,
is
of course.
Rice's
It's not-
weak.
I like it, of
It's
course.
Hussein.
Rice's weakness is a little bit his passing ain't unbelievable. Like I think Rice's passing is not unbelievably impressive and shit. But
How
I
about
think
his
defensively-
positioning, his defensive positioning and his awareness? Do you really think that that he's better than Partey?
I'm gonna
Because
be
he-
honest with you guys. You know, I'm gonna just say this: Rafikov, Havertz playing in the Shaka position is the cringiest thing I've heard.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
whole life.
I don't believe that. So let
The
if-
only
if-
similarity between Havertz and
Left-footed.
Shaka is they're
Left-footed,
left-footed
that's
and
it, yeah.
tall. There is no other similarity. If we use that logic, play Robin van Persie, LCM. Wallahi, it's so
Don't talk
so
about my
weird.
legend. Don't talk about-
So I says make dua for my brother Sam. Partey was alone 6. So why do you just want to fight today?
Thank
what?
you so
Liverpool
much.
do-
Wallah, so you're a
Liverpool do
smart guy.
have Liverpool do have bigger pull than Arsenal. Hold that and cry more. But thank you for the support. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Chombe says it's not the same position.
What does that
Fair
even mean?
enough, but I think it's. from a
that's what I
defensive-
say. I said that.
Okay,
Oh,
here's
people
my
are
logic.
backing
Okay.
me.
Let's go, Mo.
Let
I'm
me- let
Team
me give
Mo
my
today.
logic.
I already said I'm Team Mo.
Let me give my logic. My logic is Partey is a better passer than Rice, but just from strictly a defensive standpoint, I think he would offer Arsenal more of a shield. That's. I think he's a better tackler. Yani. That's
Do you
it.
know
It's
why
not
I'm
even-
laughing? Right. So what kind of
don't know why.
passing is Declan Rice? What kind of passing is Thomas Partey better than Declan Rice?
I think Partey is better than Rice in all elements of passing.
Okay, so based on stats in the short passing, they are very similar over the last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
don't use stats, yeah.
طيب ما هسي and someone that plays with shit players, Declan Rice, still completes 90% of his passes. And then you're gonna tell me that this guy isn't a passer like Thomas Partey. I'm using logic here and forget
Are we
stats.
talking about sideway
Forget
passes and what kind of passes?
Exactly.
Yeah, but
See,
Arsenal
here's
get
the thing.
pressed.
Here's the thing.
Arsenal
Thomas
get
Partey
pressed.
plays that.
Rice
that-
doesn't
that-
get pressed at West Ham. Arsenal get pressed. That's the reality.
You are
Reality.
so you're telling me sitting here on This Is Football, Don
sure you like
Hussam
subscribe.
himself, okay?
Don Hussam.
You are telling me
The Don
that-
Hussam.
that Declan Rice playing for West Ham has more time on the ball than Thomas Partey at Arsenal.
Of course. That's 100% what I'm saying. Why the hell is Rodri the best DM in the world? Because he's
Wait,
press
so-
resistant. Because
so-
he's an unbelievable passer and he's unbelievable defensively.
But you do know that Partey is
That's why
playing
Rodri is
against-
number one, because Rodri clears all of these attributes.
Partey is playing against low blocks most of the time.
Tab, okay, you know what? Let's
You
just get to the
understand
bottom
that.
of this because before we move to the Liverpool section, AJ says, so by this logic, Rice is better than Rodri. No, because that's not my logic. Rodri is the best DM in the world. I never said anything against Rodri.
Sam, have you?
I'm-
I'm sorry, Sam. Have you played football before?
I'm saying, okay, look at this guy. Of course,
He said he played
Okay,
DM,
okay.
come in. Wallah, he said he
Okay,
played DM.
okay.
so
I
he
played
should know.
DM
Do you
and
know that
number
the
10
teams, the
and
position-based teams like Arsenal always pin the other teams back, so the midfielders and the defense has more time on the ball to make decisions. While the smaller teams, because they're always the smaller fish, their players don't have time on the ball all the
Which is why
time.
they mostly play
This is a
counter-attack.
fact.
They play
What
counter-attack
I'm
more,
saying
yeah.
is the fact I coach football and I played football. Okay, this is the
Kapsa.
fact. Always,
Kapsa,
Hussam,
Sam.
and I'm just telling you as a friend, as a friend, as a brother, as an Arab brother.
You just
Always
wanna
the
fight.
smaller team. No, wallahi. Yeah,
He
akhi,
can't,
I
bro.
know
He
your
can't.
face. Your face when you want to fight, I know it.
I don't want
I
to
know it.
fight, but I
من
like
وجهك
logic.
بعرف لما بدك تفاوش، من وجهك ببين.
والله لا.
الملامح هيك
والله
But
لا.
Sabo is right, though, bro. You have to admit that he's right.
Anyway, can we move? I really don't like fights when we are not gonna
The
change
comments
our
do. It's
opinion.
okay. They all
Okay,
like
you
it.
know
No,
what?
when we're
Next
not gonna
season,
change our
in
opinion.
the words of Fabrizio Romano, next season we will see who lied. Before we move to the Liverpool section, this is a great super chat from Chombe. Who would you sign for your team, Rice or Partey? Comment section, I need 3 things from you. Number 1, like the video. 500 people in here. Minimum 200, 300 likes. Yalla, everyone right now, please like the video. Please subscribe. Big up Chombe, Jacob, Soa, AJ, and Joe for the super chats. Special shout out to you guys. Most importantly is every single person right now. Please like the video. Please subscribe to this football. The road to 15K continues. Now, here's what I want from you. You guys know how we do on This Is Football. We don't want no paragraphs. I don't want your
knew
life.
you were about to say that. I knew
I
you
don't
were
want.
about to say that.
I don't want your life story. Just tell me,
Fash.
Rice or Partey. All I want in the comment section, just write me and the name. Either Rice
Do
or
I get to
Partey.
explain why?
Sorry, Staffy, I didn't hear you speak. My bad. So comment section while Staffy is explaining. My bad. Actually, I didn't hear you. I didn't do that on purpose. So just write me in the comments, Partey or Rice. Khalas. Don't write me live stories. Let's see which player is commented more, and make sure you're liking and subscribing as well. Don't forget that. Go on, Staffy. Sorry, I actually didn't hear you.
No, you're good. I was just saying, after I answer, I just want to explain why, because a lot can be lost when you don't really add any details. And I'm not going to tell you my life story. I'm just going to give a simple reason
in
why.
the mud. No. Mud.
See,
there's way more Rice than there is Partey.
In the mud.
I supported you, Mo, and you're already turning on me. So I might go back to Team
Staffy, not you. He
knows.
knows.
Okay, let me make a poll because there's more Rice.
In the mud.
But I'm gonna give an answer that actually might surprise me.
I really want to move on because I really want to move on from this because we have been. Oh yes, Sam, don't do this. Can we move because we have talked about one player. We haven't even talked about the rest of the team yet.
I didn't even know.
And it's 40 minutes.
Listen,
خلاص خلينا listen. We're gonna.
Seriously,
I'll just answer
about it.
I'll just answer quick.
Okay, I want us to move on from the entire Arsenal conversation, but
let Staffy finish his argument because he hasn't had his argument.
ما أنت اللي قطعته. Let Staffy finish. خليه.
Sorry, I was just joke. I had a joke يا أخي.
I was just gonna say, in this time, I would pick Rice for a simple reason. One is about 7 years or 8 years younger. I think Partey's 30, going into 30. Rice is 22, 23. So he's about 7 years younger than him. Partey's very injury prone. If we were talking about this a few years ago when Partey was in his prime, this would be more of an argument for me. But in this time, I would be picking Rice just based on the potential.
I agree with you, by the way.
Habibi. This is why we teamed up today.
Did I tell you he just wants to argue? I know from his face, subhanallah.
Hussam is in the mud today.
Am I lagging out or can you guys see me clearly?
We can see you,
you're
Habibi.
Clear as a day, yes.
And we hear you. You're
okay,
good.
Perfect. Chombe is asking, how's Rodri better than Kimmich? Because Rodri is better defensively. That's how I think Rodri is better than Kimmich. That's my honest opinion. Kimmich is better with all the on-the-ball attributes. So yeah, that's my thing. Big up to you, Chombe. Thank you for the super chats. As I said, guys, make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing. And today, listen, I told Staffy, khalas, enough Mason Mount 24/7. Let's get to the Liverpool topic.
Oh my God, does he have like really Mason Mount picture as a background, this guy?
Wow.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Mason Mount. I came prepared.
Didn't you tell me Liverpool should be second topic?
Yes.
Mason Mount. Mason Mount.
He keeps trying.
Stop.
Mason Mount. Mason Mount.
Go ahead.
Maybe I told you I converted.
You want to talk about Mount? We can go there.
No. I really want to talk about Liverpool because I absolutely because you're a Liverpool fan and I wanted to have this argument with a Liverpool fan, to be honest.
I saw you arguing earlier on.
Yeah, I actually
maybe he argues every 5 minutes.
think that I said that Liverpool are moving slow in the market because they only signed McAllister and they weren't linked to big names. And I said before that Liverpool shouldn't go to the next season putting all their eggs in a Jurgen Klopp. You're making a lot of noise.
I muted myself, sorry.
So I didn't think that Liverpool should put all the basket all the eggs in Jurgen Klopp's basket, assuming that he's going to be able to work with Thuram, Coney, and all this stuff. I thought that Liverpool should sign a ready players. And Szoboszlai, in my opinion, based on the times I watched the guy, he's a ready now player. He plays Champions League football, played in RB Leipzig, like in the one of the top teams in Germany. So that's a fantastic signing. I think that Liverpool now are just one signing away, which is maybe a DM. However, there are two options here for Liverpool. And the easier one is to sign a left-footed center back that is competent and play the way Pep plays. Okay? This is the option number one.
I'm never going to play the way Pep plays.
Okay, just let me finish. So, okay, yes. So play Van Dijk in the center.
حبيبي I'll let you finish. حكيت لنا جملة. احنا اسفين قطعناك يا ملك يا وزير.
Because when I have my trail of thoughts,
كلمتين حكيناهن يا اخي. Let me finish. لازم اقول لك كلمتين يا اخي. لا حول ولا قوة. تفضل اخوي تفضل. The floor is yours.
I think okay, so anyway, you play Konate on the right, a left center back that is competent, and you play Trent in the middle with an okay DM. What I mean, an okay DM, someone that is good. I don't think Fabinho is going to come back to his best, but if Fabinho even gets 70% of the way he played in the quad season in the beginning, I think he's competent enough to play next to Trent, Szoboszlai, and McAllister in front of them, and the three up top. We know. The other option is to go back to 4-3-3, but that requires you to sign one of the best DMs in the world.
Hello.
So wait. Because I said that.
Please.
I said that back in the days, Liverpool, please. the quad season, Henderson used to do all the running defensively for Trent. I remember when you played Inter and we went to that side behind Trent, Henderson was the guy that was covering. And you're not going to have Szoboszlai covering that area. He is more... Henderson was a 50-50, 50 offensive, 50 defensively. Szoboszlai is a 70 offensive, 30 defensively. McAllister is more of a 70-30. So you will need a DM.
I think McAllister's 50-50, unpopular opinion. I think
maybe,
he can do both.
Okay.
I think he can do both.
He can, but I think he's more offensive guy. But I see your point, because in the World Cup, he was actually doing a lot of running for Messi to cover Messi.
He's kind of like Genie, if you remember. Actually.
Yes, he's more of like someone who can run a lot. But
he's a technically better Genie Wijnaldum, but better technically.
So, but I think to play that formation again, to have someone to cover for both Robertson and Trent, because remember, Fabinho used to cover for Robertson and Henderson used to cover for Trent.
Well, I don't think he can do that anymore. That's why when you said 4-3-3, I was like, no.
So hold on. So that's my point. I've been looking in my head for the past 2-3 hours for the DM that can cover both sides, because you're gonna have Trent now and Robertson flying, Szoboszlai and McAllister. Who is the defensive midfielder in the world that can cover both sides? I can't find him. So
there's one guy, but he left already.
Who?
Ugarte. He went to PSG.
So maybe I didn't watch enough of him. But my point is, Liverpool now, with the current squad, should be okay with adding a 30 to a 35 million DM next to Trent and a left-footed center back. In my opinion, the one that Jurgen Klopp should go and sign tomorrow is Schlotterbeck from Borussia Dortmund.
No, your talent ID is so bad, Schlotterbeck.
Why?
No.
Why? It's good.
No. I do not want Schlotterbeck.
So it doesn't. Okay, so we disagree on that, which is it doesn't matter. Okay, we disagree. Who else? So I had people told I was
Inacio
talking to,
from Sporting. I think.
So Inacio, the guy you linked to. I didn't watch the guy. I'm talking about the guy I watched. I watched Schlotterbeck, who is good left center back. But
actually,
like
the most ideal is a player you employ. But I don't think.
Yeah, but this is. I think you're not going to pay
realistic. I agree, it's not realistic. But
so
if we're
saying
this, ideally, it's Bastoni.
It's Bastoni would take your level that mid defense. Van Dijk, Bastoni, Konate. Now we're talking about.
Because if we're saying ideal, I think he'd be absolutely the most ideal one. Bastoni.
Yeah. But Amrabat, for me, people didn't watch. I watched. I don't watch a lot of Serie A, but I watched Fiorentina playing against the big teams. Amrabat, for me, is kind of a unique player. The reason why, he is a fighter. He runs a lot, covers. By the way, both fullbacks of Fiorentina. If you don't know, the one that coaches Fiorentina now, I'm hoping your football knowledge is good enough, Hussam. You know who Vincenzo Italiano is? The guy. He's the next De Zerbi in Italy. The guy that plays against Juventus away, wants to have the ball. He wants to play ball position against Juventus and Milan and Inter away. So if Amrabat starts in that team as a defensive midfielder, I think he should be good enough to cover next to Trent if you're going to play that part.
No,
And
but
he's not
now you're going
expensive.
in a completely separate direction.
Your
Your first direction is the direction I want to go in. Let me tell you this.
Okay.
So first of all, when it comes to the center back thing, I said this earlier on the show I did with James Redmond. I said, look, as soon as Szoboszlai is wearing the Liverpool shirt, go sign a center back directly. خلاص, it becomes the ultimate most important thing is to get this. The moment Szoboszlai is wearing a Liverpool shirt, you need to go buy a center back, because center back now becomes ultimate priority. And it's not even just about a Robertson thing. We need a center back for a completely different reason as well. Van Dijk, Konate, Matip, and Gomez, all four are injury prone. Every single one of them is injury prone. Every single one of them could go down and get injured directly. So for me, I think we desperately need a center back, and I think Inacio fits the bill. If we're saying ideal world, it would be
But he
Bastoni,
has to
but
be
we don't live in
left-footed.
an ideal world.
He has to be left-footed.
I
Like,
don't
there
think
is
that's
no
a
other way
necessity.
around it, right?
I don't think that's a necessity.
But you cannot play back three with, like, especially the diagonal ball, because one of the things that Liverpool excelled at is Mo Salah holding the line, and the diagonal ball goes from the left to Mo Salah, and then now he's facing the defender one-on-one. If you have a left-footed centre back like
Ask
Bastoni,
Alessandro
for
Martinez.
example, like Bastoni, for example, who plays that, but we saw him play that ball many times, Bastoni. I think that is
Wallahi,
very
Bastoni
good.
would be so perfect, man.
Like,
He would
so
be
let me get
he would be
about
the
Amrabat.
absolute, like, if you give me now, tell me, Khalas Hussam, tomorrow you can do anything you want in life for Liverpool Football Club, I'd sign Bastoni directly. That very second, because when you're talking profile, it's the exact what's needed.
He's a perfect fit. He's a match made in heaven.
Perfect.
Okay,
It would be
let
like
me ask you
Ake
a
at
question,
City,
Osam,
like
being a
directly.
Liverpool fan. I'm going to play a little bit of a hosting here. What happens if you get a left-footed centre back and you get a DM similar to Amrabat or Fabinho, but it covers a little bit preseason, 60-70%? What happens to Robertson on that left side? Does he get dropped completely out of the picture, or he
Robertson's never
comes
gonna
in?
get dropped.
So how do you play then?
Robertson is Klopp's son. He's
So
never gonna
how?
get dropped.
So how is that? Tell me the starting lineup then, because that doesn't work then. It doesn't.
No, it will work. I'll tell you how.
Yes.
I think we have a lineup.
You play 12 players. That's how it works.
No. I think we have a lineup against the bottom 12
They already
teams,
got the VAR.
and we have a lineup against the bigger teams. I think both lineups are completely different. I think against the bottom 12 teams, like Luton home and away, I think we play Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson, Thiago, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Gakpo, Jota. That's my team. So the third guy doesn't have to start. If we're playing against the City, against an Arsenal, we need Fabinho. But here's how we will defend. If I'm playing Luton Town, I will defend by keeping the ball. So a double pivot of Trent and Thiago keeps the ball at an unbelievable level. That double pivot in a defensive situation is so press resistant that you're going to defend by simply keeping the ball. You're going to create that Sergio Busquets dynamic where you don't have to tackle 24/7. You just have high football intelligence. When it comes to playing the bigger teams, I'd put Fabinho in there. Fabinho would have to be in there just for his defensive presence. Now, I'm going to tell you why Mo, unfortunately, I have to agree with him because he actually broke it down well. Mo is presenting both arguments that currently are happening within the Liverpool fan base itself, which is, shall we go sign a DM and go back to the 4-3-3? Or shall we invert Trent and just get a centre back? I think we need to put ourselves in a position to be able to employ both. I'll tell you why. Bottom 12 teams at Anfield, you need to understand, if Liverpool are at their best, they're going to get one or two chances the whole game. If my defense is I keep possession, then I will even limit that. I will limit even the opposition's chances, and I will essentially just box them into their own box. I will have them just stuck there with nothing that they can do about it, type thing, because the Trent Thiago double pivot is so strong on the ball that I don't think you could take the ball away. And this is where Szoboszlai would come in. We have not had a goal-scoring 8 since Steven Gerrard. Think about it. Since Gerrard retired, we've not had a number 8 that can score goals for us. So that's my thing. I think we need to sign a centre back and a DM, because when I play against Man City,
but you
when I
gotta
play against
assign
Man
a
City, I
DM.
cannot play Trent Thiago. I can't against Man
That's
City.
what I'm saying. That
I
midfield
can't.
would be wide open defensively.
Wide
in the
open against
transition.
Man City. Wide open. So it's
Yeah,
both
like
ways.
even again, it's like top. Like even if you play against like Brighton, even if you play against Aston Villa, that's like wide open. Like, but hear me
I
out.
hate Emery as well because he figured out the Trent
Hear
investment.
me out. I actually think that Liverpool.
Staffy,
No.
by the way, you can speak. I'm just saying. You're invited.
So
on this channel.
I'm gonna present.
It's
I'm gonna
Southern-
لا
I'm
لا
gonna say
عموما
a
I want you to
statement.
talk. No, I'm not shutting you up. I'm telling this guy قاعد لنا هون كأنه ضيف إنه خلاص
It's hard
أنا
to get a
بدي
word
أسوي ولا كلمة.
sometimes with you and Mo, and especially
يعني
that
فوت
it's
معنا.
your
No,
team.
I'm gonna say a statement. I'm gonna let you to win
حول
the
ولا
league
قوة
in
إلا بالله.
Pep
جاي تأرجل
Guardiola
إنه
era.
ما تحكي حبيبي جاي نحكي بالكرة حبيبي جاي تأرجل ولع الأرجل يلا مؤمن وحسام يحكوا مع بعض.
Bro, first of all, you're educating me a little bit more about your team, because I'm hearing some of this stuff for the first time, like since it's a new signing. And other than that, you guys argue so much, sometimes it's hard to get a word. I'm saving my energy to when we get to Man United.
Sorry
'cause
مؤمن كان لازم
I'm gonna have to
يتبهدل
do a lot.
والله.
No, it's
كان لازم
okay.
يتبهدل.
No, I'm not upset. This is good.
أنت
for
معاي صح؟
conversation.
كان لازم يتبهدل. تقول الحقيقة
Yeah,
صح؟
يعني
بهدل
he's
لي ولا
mature.
اعرف اقول حاجه، انا قاعد بستمتع بالشغل.
48 minutes حكى جملتين تخيل.
I'm sitting yesterday.
مشغل لي هالأرجيلة
Yesterday, you know,
بأرجل. طب ما
yesterday I was
تحكي حبيبي يا أخي.
I was on the top 6 and I didn't talk for a while.
You were quiet yesterday. I
But there
couldn't
was
believe
so much waffle going on. I'm like, I'm bigger than getting involved in this.
I sat there and I was
anything
actually
Moment,
surprised.
don't say anything publicly, but that top 6 show proved what me and Staffy told you last time. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't say anything else.
Oh yeah,
Don't-
100%.
Don't say anything else. It proved what I told you. بس
But
خلاص.
but I said
So
something about it.
let me present an idea to you two, and you guys debate it or tell me your opinions.
Yes,
Yeah.
In a Pep Guardiola era, to win the Premier League, you need to impose your way of playing football home and away. Now,
Agreed.
and
Mhm.
changing formation between teams and games makes it a little bit harder to impose the same way you play. Because I remember Liverpool played Man City. Both teams tried to impose their game. That's why we always saw both different halves. And it didn't matter if it's home and away, by the way. Liverpool tried to present their way of playing football, impose it a half, and Man City played the second half, or the other way around. What Sam just said is that two different formations makes it it's doable, but it makes it a little bit harder to impose that. Oh, if I play against Aston Villa, I need to play with two in the midfield. If I 4-3-3, if I play against Luton, I'm gonna play with this way. I think to play football the way Pep and Jurgen Klopp always do, which is how we praise them, is that it doesn't matter who we play, you're playing our way. We're never changing because you are weaker or stronger. You are playing the way we want. That's how
You're talking about, but you're talking about having an imposed system. Basically, that's what you just said. Anyone who comes in, comes out, can be a part
play
of the
that system, and it
where
doesn't
exactly
matter.
where there's
Liverpool
no
quad season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
Screw
saying
you all.
there's
It's
no
our
drop-off.
game, and you're playing in it.
Yeah. Okay, but you're saying, are you talking about it in terms of who you're going against, or the players
the
coming in and
formation
out?
change and all this stuff.
Because
like Sam presented said, I want to play two different formations between, which is exactly what Liverpool did. Like I saw that last 9-game run, Liverpool
even that quadruple
changed.
chart. Sometimes we did Keita, sometimes we did Henderson.
A little
which
bit,
is
but
different.
I get. But you completely. I thought that in the last 9 games, depending on who you played, you completely changed the way you stand on the pitch. It's completely different.
But Mo, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
The
I get
guy
what you're
that
saying.
figured this out in the last 10 games was Unai Emery. That's who figured this out.
Mustafi, I get it. But to win the league, I feel like it's based on what I saw, based on how Liverpool won the league and based on how City won the league.
Okay, but the problem is Fabinho. You already
exactly. Bravo, bro. Thank you. So that's why I said maybe Liverpool.
But if I want to play 4-3-3, if I want to
play
play
a very
4-3-3
competent.
right now,
so that's
okay, if I want to play 4-3-3 right now,
I said
right
you
now,
shouldn't. You don't have.
Okay, 1 second. Even if I want to do it, who is the DM in the world, in the entire world, that can do what Fabinho did for the last 5 years?
Yeah, but you have Thiago. So Thiago. So it depends. Okay. So
you're gonna play Thiago lone DM?
No. You're not. No.
He's getting to
What I said is
in
that
a 4-3-3.
if you have Thiago, you have to play someone like Amrabat next to him that fights, and Thiago holds the ball.
Okay.
Okay. But if you're gonna play, you need to find a better DM to be able to play Szoboszlai. I'm taking Thiago out of the equation. Okay, Szoboszlai and McAllister. You need a more competent DM in that role, and that DM doesn't exist.
Well, I was just gonna say that you were talking
Thank
about
you.
that, but you also admitted that he doesn't exist. So that takes us back to what Hussam did: is that you can't play
No,
one
that's why
style the whole
Stuffy, I
season.
said play the three in the back.
But you're saying that because okay, I get what you're saying that, but you're saying that because you saw that in a successful system with Pep. Now, why does that tell me that all of a sudden now that Klopp said that and saw that he's gonna come in and he's gonna change his backline as well, and he's gonna do it in certain games where he's like, you know what, I'm gonna play the same way because it worked for Pep. These plays are not set like that. I get what you're saying. Ideally, you're talking about an ideal world. Ideally, a lot of things would happen, but that's not how it works. This guy knows he doesn't have a good DM. You're saying put through in the back, but then we're back to the first problem. Who's the left center back?
Yeah.
We talked about Bastoni. Bastoni
Leave
doesn't
this
play
comment,
for
Osam.
Liverpool.
Leave this comment because I want to talk about
No,
it.
no,
Yeah,
no, no, no. I'm not even gonna address it. I just had to give him death stare, and then خلاص we move on.
My point
Ram
is,
as a DM,
I didn't see a coach. Okay, changing the way you play with the same 11, like Trent inverts or go out, is fine. But what Hussam presented to us is, if I'm playing against this team, I'm playing Robertson. If I'm playing against that team, I'm playing that center back, which is, I've never seen this in a winning team. I've never seen it. Like,
no, you've seen it with City, for example.
I don't think it happened.
I'll tell you the difference they do.
They completely
City, when they
Hussam,
play against more difficult teams, will play KDB extra sometimes.
What
do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, they'll play Bernardo, Gundogan, Rodri, and KDB when they're playing against more difficult teams.
Okay, so in the last, since March,
extra
in the last 15, in the last 15, okay, yes, okay, so the guy comes in the midfield. Okay, see, that's completely different.
They would play De Bruyne right wing.
So yes, so that's completely different from saying, yeah, against stronger teams we don't put Bernardo in, and against weaker teams we put Bernardo in. That's completely different. What I mean is that yes, Trent can invert against smaller teams more, or stay outside, or do that. Teams do that, which is called tactical change based on the opposition. Okay, because the opposition plays different brand of football, different type than you. But what I mean is that what you presented is that new center back only plays against lower half of the team, and Robertson plays against high. I disagree with it. I think
no. I never said that. I never said that. I think the news. I think
you literally said that, by the way.
I think Robertson will start anyway.
Okay.
The difference for me was in the midfield, not on the center back.
So everything Mo's saying is irrelevant then, because
if
Robertson starts, it changes
everything.
everything.
You are telling me if Robertson starts, Hussam, who are the three center backs? I'm not.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a back three when we're attacking.
See, you guys are in two different worlds right now.
Yeah,
we're talking about it as in Robertson has to stay, and Mo's imagining a world with no Robertson.
The change I made was midfield, not Robertson.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are.
Here is what I think. Here is what I'm seeing the lineup happen. Inacio left, Van Dijk in the middle, Konate on the right side. In the midfield, Amrabat, okay, and Trent. Ahead of them, McAllister and Szoboszlai, and three up top. Okay, I think that's a competent lineup.
That
no
works,
Robertson.
100%.
There's no Robertson here, guys. It's a back three completely, two midfielders, and one of them is a playmaker. Or
now let me bring you to reality. Klopp won't bench Robertson. That's reality.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. So I've been told that Robertson can play left center back, and I said no.
I think he can.
Okay, but we have never,
because he's defensively solid. That's the one thing.
I actually think that his defensively isn't the greatest, but fine.
I think the Robertson's strength is actually defending.
I don't like his positional
I actually think he's very good offensively.
This guy employs
flying left back that puts a lot of crosses in, gets a lot of assists.
So why would you say play him in left center back if that's what
I think Robertson has had a bad season?
Staffy, that's what I said. That's what I've been told. I disagree with it.
I think Robertson's had a bad season this year, not for defensive reasons, for offensive reasons. That's why he's had a bad year.
Okay, so long story short, you are saying that you're gonna play Robertson as a left center back.
That's not what I would do. I'm saying, well, that's what Klopp would do. moment بدك تفهم, Klopp's not gonna bench Robertson. خلاص, that's impossible. Honestly, why should we waste our energy? The guy's not benching Robertson. It's impossible. You need to understand, Robertson could drop an all-time stinker for 5 games in a row
and plays the next game.
خلاص يعني what should I why should I sit here
Well, this is
and
why
say
I'm trying
all-
to understand why we did all this, because like you've been solid on what you've been saying from the beginning. Robertson is never dropping out of that 11.
Mu'min wants
And
to argue. That's why we did all
Mu'min
this.
just
No,
created a
it's a
new
very, I think
formation
it's a
that's not
very
gonna happen.
constructive argument. Actually.
No, Mu'min's formation is the right formation. We should
Yeah,
play
it's an
Inacio,
ideal
Konate, and Van
formation,
Dijk.
and he
I
actually
agree
added
with
Can I
players
ask
that
a
don't even
question about
exist.
this formation?
I agree with
Should-
what he said completely. My
Should
problem
we
is what
drop-
Klopp would do is
Okay,
different.
what happens now? What happens if you get Inacio as a left center back and you play the three I said, and you play Trent next to Thiago, but these two behind them three center backs? Would that work?
100%.
What? So you think
It would work
defensively
against
it would be
80%
okay?
of the league. It won't work against,
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
It won't work against City. It won't work against Arsenal.
So you might have to drop maybe Szoboszlai, or you might have to drop
Yes,
Szoboszlai
you have
for
to drop
another
Szoboszlai or
for
McAllister
one
to put
stronger
Fabinho.
stronger DM, maybe,
Yes, to
and
put
put
Fabinho,
Thiago
يعني.
and put Thiago a little bit higher. So Thiago
Yes.
is the guy next to McAllister.
100%.
So that I agree with. I think
طيب,
Liverpool.
we agree يا أخي. Who told
But
you we
what-
disagree?
Why would you take out Szoboszlai just to put in Thiago? Because I'm not understanding that.
because you need more
You don't necessarily
competent
have to drop Szoboszlai.
defensively.
You can drop McAllister as well.
You can.
drop
You need more competent defensively attributed midfielder next to Trent against Man City. You're not gonna play Thiago and Trent,
Which is why you're
against
keeping
Man City.
McAllister, and I get it. McAllister and DM, I just don't see what
No,
dropping Thiago
McAllister
for.
is again.
No, but
Okay,
when I
you-
said Trent and Thiago, what did the scenario I told you? The bottom 12 teams. So Luton,
yeah.
Palace,
So my
Forest,
point-
teams like this, you can do it.
Let's establish that there are players in this world, like the Casemiros, like the Amrabat, they are more defensively, like I don't know how to say, they're 70% defensively than offensively. You
The
need
defensive
these
side.
guys next to Trent if you're gonna play against Man City. You have to.
You need someone to
Otherwise,
hold
you're gonna be
Trent's
wide
hand, is what
open.
you're saying. Okay. Just to hold his hand.
This guy
Okay.
is so disrespectful to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who owns his football club. Be quiet, يا أخي بالله عليك. والله Trent. How are you as a Man United fan that employs Wan Bissaka talking about Trent? When Trent's name comes
didn't
up,
talk-
you need to stand up and give standing ovation.
Hold on.
احترم
I
حالك
did-
حبيبي قاعد تحكي عن Trent
hold on.
Alexander-Arnold.
I didn't
One of
didn't
the
talk shit
best
about him.
backers of the
I
league.
described the way Mo said it is basically that he's saying he needs a
He
DM
has
to
to
hold.
hold his hand.
He needs to
So-
hold his hands
So
against
you
Man
want a
City.
right back? So you want a right back to be a superhero?
And
And
by
you
the
want
way,
him
I
to
don't
be
rate
the
Wan Bissaka. So
playmaker
if you want to
and
diss
to
Wan
dictate
Bissaka, you came to the wrong
tempo.
person. You came to the wrong person. I don't rate him.
I
So
know
go
you
try
like
it with
Wan
someone
Bissaka.
else.
I know you like
Yeah, I
him.
like him. Oh, you know who else I like?
Nice him out. Big up to Joe, who says if Liverpool can sign Szoboszlai, why not add Gvardiol and make it a package deal?
I can go and
Hey.
date Rihanna tomorrow.
Yeah, Habibi,
Yes,
this is what I'm saying. You
having
guys
a
are talking
wife.
about ideal
Having a
formations. This
wife.
isn't gonna happen.
Joe, you know what you just said? You just said go marry Rihanna and get ASAP Rocky to sing in the wedding. That's what you just said. Like
What
that's
is
just
it? And make
Joe,
it a package deal. What
Joe,
is
Habibi, you're
happening?
FSG out. You already know why you're FSG out. Be real, Habibi. What is this? Yeah, come on, Joe. Joe, you know I love you, bro. And me and you are always on the same wavelength. You have just went wild after us signing Szoboszlai. Big up AJ, who's a City fan. He says, I watched Szoboszlai live. What a player you guys got. Thank you, AJ. And listen, I agree with Mo. I think Szoboszlai really is ready-made. And I think Szoboszlai is exactly what the doctor ordered right now, because that right-hand side is dying. So a right-hand side of Trent, Szoboszlai, Mo Salah. Ooh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. قلب الصغير لا يتحمل. That is a midfield right there. That is the right-hand side right there. That would just kill. Honestly, I can't wait for us to play Man United so we can score maybe 9 this time, inshallah. Big up to you, AJ. Big up to Sean, who says Arsenal fans said Partey was the best DM in the world, but he is now nothing. Sean, that's a fantastic question. That's a fantastic
That's
question.
the problem. He
Fantastic
fell off
super chat.
completely. At the end
And
of the
speaking
season.
of, remember the poll we set up earlier?
Yeah.
I love how we're about to take the biggest dunk on Mo's head top right now.
Go
So the
ahead.
vote is 236 votes, 67% Rice, 33% Partey.
They don't know football.
Wow. Guys, I think you know football. Don't listen to Mo.
Allah,
Like
you
the
don't
video.
know football. On This Is Football, you don't know football.
Like the video if you
Wait,
know
Mo,
football.
but didn't you agree with me when I said Rice? And I explained why? You said
No.
I agree with you.
Now is Rice, yes. But
wasn't that the
like,
question?
who says that Declan Rice now is better than Busquets? Okay.
No, but the question was, who would you
What's
have
the
right
point
now?
here?
What's
The
What's
question was
the
right
point?
now.
Don't be shameless. He retired.
What is
خلاص.
the point here? Yeah, Declan Rice now. I would take Declan Rice over Partey now. But is Declan Rice a better DM than Thomas Partey? No,
But that wasn't the question, yeah.
that was my question.
Now, the question that
That was
Sam asked, who would you want
I
right
asked.
now?
They
Who'd
even
you
asked the
pick?
questions. It's my question. Anyway,
This guy had his own question with his own answer because he doesn't like
of
the
course,
one
I
with
asked the question. I answered the question.
See, this is why we
Big
call you
up.
corrupt, because you made your own law.
You are his
Yeah,
corrupt.
I make
والله.
my. I make
Wallah,
the
he made his
law.
own law. He said, bun your question. I'm asking it this way so
I
it
am
fits
the
my
law.
answer.
Anyway.
Wallah. He said, I'm the law. Wallah, corrupt.
You know what makes me laugh when Mo wants to move on. He's just like anyway. Like anyway. AJ
Anyway,
says
move
City are the blueprint. Everyone is copying 3-2-2-3. Fair enough, AJ. Fair enough.
It works.
I'm not
So why not? It works.
I can say something disrespectful to you, but you're a treble winner, so let me leave you alone. Thank you, AJ, for the super chat. Big up Felipe, who says Spalletti and McAllister are the two starting eights in a game changer for LFC. Agreed. Add a centre back and maybe a third mid and then challenge for a title. I think just add a centre back and we challenge for the title. I think if you're speaking challenge versus win is two different things. I think we challenge just with these two signings. Challenge is there, but I want to win. I don't want to just challenge. So that's where a centre back is going to elevate it to the next level. That's my thing, Felipe. Chombe asks Bastoni or Guardiola. Personally, I'm taking Bastoni for that specific role. And I think Bastoni, if used in the right system, could perform a lot better than Guardiola. That's my honest opinion. Thank you, John, for the super chat. Big up to JJ who says تحياتي للشباب أحلى شو. شكرا حبيبي JJ. Big up to you أخي. تحياتي لك يا JJ. تحياتي لك. Fuad Kadani's army says congrats to LFC for buying haircut Sabitzer. #mid. You paid the same money for Mason Mount, so you don't get to talk about what's mid and what's
He
not
has
mid.
an AC Milan and Inter Milan thing in the back. How do you know he's a Man United fan?
He's a Man United fan because all the salty people are United fans. Victor says Onana coming to United, 50 million. Bye-bye, De Gea. Thank you, legend. Big up, Victor, for the super chat. We're going to address that now. We're going to left that as the final segment. So Staffy can finally speak after 1 hour in the show. Big up to you, Victor. Big up to Elman, who says, if the corrupt judge let him speak. Elman says, nobody on Man United's team is on the level of Trent. LOL, facts. Fact. As a footballer, no one comes close in that entire team. Big up to you, Elman.
So.
In as a footballer, no one.
If you think so, that's fine.
Passing, who can pass like Trent in your entire team? Who can cross like Trent? Who can shoot like Trent, take free kicks like Trent?
Habibi, if you think so, that's fine. We don't need to argue.
Not having to use Hendo anymore. Salah's crying tears of happiness right now, let me tell you. There's finally a guy behind him who can actually play the sport and not just run and shout and hoof ball. So big up to you, Felipe. Thanks so much for the super chat. Anyway, 500 people are watching us right now. As it says here, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to AJ. Who am I bigging up? Chambe, Jacob, Soa, Joe, Sean, JJ, Fuad, Victor, and Elman for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all slapping the like button now. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Keep letting us know your comment section down below. So, final part of the show, Manchester United. The Minerals will be arriving at Old Trafford for 60 million. 60 million. Someone need to investigate Chelsea, wallahi. Someone need to investigate Chelsea. They sold Havertz and Mount for 125 million.
Why you're saying 60 million when it's only 55? But for
this guy's
you're saying 40. But for McAllister, you're saying 40 million, even though it can go up to 60 with the.
Because he's as corrupt as you are. He chooses when to say it and when not to say.
Why 60 million?
Why?
It's 55 with hard incentives. The incentives
with terrible incentives to get to 60. But you have 40 million. And it can go up to 60 based on reports. I'm not here saying something. I'm saying everything based on reports.
You're a scientist.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you round up 55, what does it round up to?
Oh my.
Why do you wait? What do you mean you round up? You don't have to round up.
You round up 55, it becomes 60. Anyway,
you don't have to round up. What are you doing?
Can I just segue us to Man United? Yes, let me just segue us. So Mason Mount arriving at Man United. Mo is about to sell his goalkeeper for 35 million apparently to Manchester United as well. So just so Staffy, if you could enlighten us with a few words on your football club, the floor is yours, Habib.
Okay, who do you want me to start with? Because I am so tired of talking about Mason Mount. I put him as my picture so people know where I
مؤمن
stand.
بالله عليك، ما هو مستفز يا اخي.
How am I
مستفز.
Mustafiz? Does the
يا اخي
picture
صار له ساعة ساكت وبقول لي who do you want me to start with؟ اي شيء.
Okay.
عن الكافتيريا ليدي يا اخوي.
Okay, let me ask the question.
Ask me a question.
Based on the reports. Based on the reports.
He likes to be an interviewer, so let
based
him
on the
do this.
reports. No, because I wanted the conversation to start. So
That's a praise, by the way. You like to
debated.
ask questions. Go ahead, ask me a question. I like your questions. Hey, why'd you get so mad? That was a compliment.
Okay, so we based on the reports, you're signing Mason Mount, and you're very close to signing Onana. And based on everything that's coming out of Italy, you most likely will sign Onana. Okay,
yeah.
You came second last year. You had the best home form, the best defense in home form. Okay, if you get Mason Mount, you get Onana. You're only one signing away. You get a striker. Should we demand Man United, based on your fan base,
yes,
to challenge for the league?
Yes, 100%. I'm happy that you said that because everyone told me this is what the manager needs. Okay, so I'm now subscribed to that. People said this is what the manager needs.
Thank you, Jarvis. Thank you, Jarvis. Big up, Jarvis. Thank you so much for the compliment. Appreciate it, my man.
Big up. Back to what I was saying. Everyone said yes because you're talking now about the Man United fan base. Forget what Staffy said because no one likes what Staffy said. Staffy's negative. Staffy doesn't know better than the manager. Staffy's just a YouTuber. So I'm going by the majority. The majority said this is what the manager needs. This guy is better than Eriksen, they told me. This guy is going to elevate our team.
What the fuck is happening here?
I'm not, wallahi, I'm not joking. I'm just saying what everyone...
Who brainwashed you, bro? What happened?
This is not the brainwash, Habibi. Listen. Remember how you started this show and you said, "Khalas, you gave up. You're going to the stadium, paying money, and your owners don't care." Khalas. This is what the people are really convinced. Because at the end of the day, we're not going. What does Staffy expect Man United to do next year? We're talking about the fan base. So the majority of the fan base are happy with this signing. So if this is the signing that we need, he's going to elevate that midfield. He's better than Eriksen. We are getting the goalkeeper. And we're getting a striker, inshallah. If we do get a striker, then yes, I do expect us to compete because this is what the fan base is telling you. If Hussam comes and tells me, listen, Liverpool's good enough to compete, I'll be like, you know what? Hussam knows his team better. I'll take his word. I'm telling you what the fan base is saying. The fan base is saying that. The fan base is happy with Mason Mount. We got a Champions League winner in our team. We have a 2-year Chelsea player of the year in our team. All the other beautiful stuff. People told me he's good on ball retention. People told me that he's gonna get us like double-digit goals. All the stuff because we can't get goals from our strikers, so he's gonna come in and help that. He's gonna help out Bruno. Bruno's gonna up his game now that he has legs next to him in Mason Mount. Everything I've heard so far about Mason Mount is positive. Now I already like the goalkeeper signing because for obvious reasons we've spoken about that before. But De Gea out and Onana in. You're going to be much more competent on your defense. You're going to trust your goalkeepers coming out, a goalkeeper coming out and sweeping, coming out and commanding his box. That's off the ball. Obviously, on the ball, we all saw what he did, especially in that Champions League final. The guy's going to give the defense much more confidence. Lissandro and Varane are going to be much more confident playing next to this guy. He's going to be playing balls into the midfield. Everything is beautiful for having Onana. However, as I said, now that the midfield is solved and the goalkeeper is solved, let's just go get a goalkeeper.
How's the midfield solved?
We have Mason Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. We solved our issue.
You're the worst.
Habibi.
He's sarcastic and he's smiling.
Wallahi khalas, bro. I don't know what I'm talking about. People have enlightened me.
You have to stick to your opinion unless you're proven wrong.
Habibi, people have enlightened me.
Why are you listening to the comments?
I'm not talking about these comments. I haven't read them yet. I saw my name a few times, but I'm talking, so I'm trying to look at the screen as much as I can. But this is what I've been educated by the Manchester United fans. I am actually, listen, Hussam, you need to understand, I'm in Manchester United group chats. This is what they told me. They told me I should be celebrating this.
So what do you believe then? Yeah, I
believe I believe what they said to me.
What do you believe?
Habibi, this is what I believe. We have solved our midfield. We don't need to retain the ball. We need to press. We need to win the ball up high up the pitch. So we're getting a player who is going to add so much more legs in that midfield than Eriksen because he's much better than Eriksen. So yes, we solved our midfield. Ten Hag got his number one option, and I have to back my manager. My manager got the signing that he thinks he
مؤمن صابت
needs.
الحالة عرفت صابت
Can
الحالة.
I بقى be on a serious note? You
This
finished?
wallahi,
You're
I am
finished?
being serious. Why do you think
You're
I'm
finished.
joking?
You're finished.
Staffy,
I
before
can't
Moment
understand.
speaks. Staffy, حبيبي, the reason we invite you on your channel is not to tell me the group chat opinion. I want your opinion, يا وردة.
This is not a group chat opinion. You
Tell me
said
your opinion.
let's go back and revise what the question was. Do
Yes.
we, based on what the fan base is saying, do we expect Manchester United to compete?
No,
next
based on
season?
you.
No. Mu'min, did you ask that? I told you that. I am irrelevant. My point was irrelevant. I'm just like a little fish in the sea. The whole sea was seen in a different way. I am wrong. Mason Mount is the solution. That I'm legit telling you. So if we are going to compete based on our expectations, wallahi, these are the expectations. I've been told that we're a couple signings away from.
You know why I know why Mu'min asked you that question? Because earlier on he was talking about Man United's expectations and all of this. And I can't lie, it was Mo versus 3, but Mo was right in that conversation. The reason why Mo was right in the conversation is, with all due respect to this entire like Man United, blah blah blah. I know Staff is trying to do the whole copium thing with Mason Mount. The reality is, you finished third. You won the Carabao Cup. You didn't win the Europa or the FA Cup. You could have stopped City winning a treble. They won 3 in a row. You need to come back and challenge next season. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is, the guy who wants Mason Mount is your manager. So hashtag lasers out won't help you because your manager is the guy that wants him. Your manager pushed for Mason Mount. And the most confusing thing, and this is where Mo's going to come in, because he's going to try to at least give it some logic. This is my most confusing thing. Onana and Mount for the Man United system are polar opposite signings. One guy is going to make you 100 times better in possession. The other guy is probably going to make you 100 times worse in possession. So, like, it doesn't even, from a managerial perspective, I'm strictly talking just from Ten Hag's perspective. You sign Onana, which means I want a ball-playing goalkeeper. It means I want more ball possession. And then you go sign Mason Mount, who is the opposite of that. Make it make sense.
Habib, I already told you. I just explained to you what you're trying to do with Mount. And by the way, I am being serious with everything that I said, but also on a serious note, you don't actually have to say that they're polar opposites, because you could still have a ball-playing goalkeeper and still win the ball up the pitch. You can keep possession without passing the ball around, because people... This is not fake Staffy. This is the convert Staffy. Okay?
This is so fake, you can buy it from the dollar store.
Habib, so what do you want me to say? So I say, okay, Mason Mount is good.
Today we bought Staffy from Amazon. That's where we got Staffy today.
I say Mason Mount is good for us. I am fake. I explained why I didn't want Mason Mount and why I wanted a Caicedo.
So
I'm
here's
deluded.
what Mason
I am
Mount
negative. What am I meant to
Man
do?
United. Okay, so let me just be real.
Bro,
Man
this
United
is real.
didn't get
Wallahi, I don't understand you.
Okay, you're real. Let me give you my opinion then. Is that
How did I'm wrong?
better
So
now? Is that better saying for me? Is
It's
that
a
better?
lose-lose situation for me.
Let
It's a
me say my
lose-lose.
opinion then. Let me say my opinion. This is what Mason Mount offers, right? I said it before. Man United overpaid by only 10 million for this guy. He had 2 good seasons at Chelsea and 1 average and 1 bad because he was injured. Man United offers you something that you don't have, which is the guy that arrives late between the lines. You don't have that. You don't have that on your squad at all. You don't have that player that gets the cutbacks from the wingers. That's what he offers. Would he change the way you play football? Completely not. He wouldn't. You're going to play the same exact brand of football. So you still need a striker. Onana adds to your defense in terms of like he pushes the line high. I think Onana is the guy that you don't have to create an angle for to pass the ball to. I said that before. I'm sure people heard it. So Onana makes your players in the same in their position without trying to create an angle. What I didn't understand is that you are trying at the moment to get 10 more points away from home. Your goal, number one, you are 5th away from home in terms of points. Okay? And you are the 12th in terms of goal differential away from home. Man United are the worst team in the league in terms of like the difference in expected goals and actual goals scored. That's why you lost all these games away from home, because you couldn't score the chances that was created because you didn't have a forward. If you get a forward that will score goals, you'll get 9 points more. That's why I think
We didn't create.
I'm
enough
gonna
chances away
copy
from home
Osama's.
anyways.
People
That doesn't
really
make sense.
misunderstand what people say when I say challenge for the title. Doesn't mean you go win it. That means you be there and thereabout, like Arsenal. Doesn't mean you're gonna go to the end of the line and win it. But to be away from it for the whole season, that's called not challenging. That's what Osam doesn't want. Osam wants to win it. I say that Man United aren't ready to win it yet, but they should be expected to at least be in the same place as Arsenal was at the end of the season last year, close to the top. Because you won against Liverpool at home, you lost away. You won against Man City at home, you lost away. You won against Arsenal, you lost away. So
Brentford.
the points that you lost are actually against teams that are not competing for the title. So these teams improved, but you also improved. So you get the same points. But you improved to win the points away from home against the smaller teams. So instead of having 75 points, you should have at least 80 plus. That puts you around the title, because the title will be won by 90 points. Not 15 points different from the winners, just 10 points or less, single digits away from the winners.
Mo, you do understand that we're about to play a different style of play.
See, now you're not. See, that's
yes,
what we
you are. Mo, yes, you are.
Mo just told you.
ما تعصبنيش يا أخي. ما تعصبنيش, bro. You don't take out Eriksen. لا لا,
Yeah,
بس you don't
stop
take
it,
out
I'm
Eriksen.
sorry.
Have you? يا حبيبي اسمع. You don't take out Eriksen, who plays as a deep-lying midfielder. This guy was going to the center backs, picking up the ball. ماشي? And now you're replacing him with a guy who's going to be hugging the winger and the striker. He's going to be playing up there. He's going to be playing more advanced than Bruno.
My friend? Do you know what's going to happen? And
don't tell me Bruno's going to drop.
Yeah,
don't tell me that.
We saw it many times. Man United fans don't like that. When you say that, Man United fans get triggered. But we saw Ten Hag trying it time and time again to put Bruno next to Casemiro and tell him, can you play from the back, Bruno? And Bruno tries and plays long balls. And Man United says, why are you playing a long ball?
Do you know why? That was the phase when Eriksen was injured. So there was a few games where he had
That's
to play.
That's where Mount comes in.
Well, I just explained. So this is okay. So you just proved me right. Even if that happens, the style of play changes, because now you have the guy that you relied on to pick up the ball deep. Now he's all the way up. Bruno, bro, forget it. Mish Hayalab, he's not going to play a deep-lying midfielder. This guy's not going to pick up the ball from the defense, move the ball up the pitch, and play the same way Eriksen did, because Eriksen loved to keep the ball simple. If Eriksen was 5 years younger, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The issue is he can't run off the ball. Off the ball, he's a liability. This is why he doesn't play against City. He doesn't play against Brighton. These teams that keep the ball and pass it around and you need to chase them a lot, he's very bad in these games. And this is why Mason Mount is here.
Can I ask you guys something to explain it to me after you finish stuff, please?
I pretty much finished.
Explain to me this word that English people use, counter press. Counter press. What does that mean?
That's just tacticals, man.
أنا تعبت من الفوتبall tacticals.
Like, what does this counter press mean?
Ever since Mount has stepped,
I heard it yesterday on the show with Terry like 50 times.
Bro, before he even stepped a foot in this club, I heard so many new terms. I was like, describe to me where he plays. He's an advanced 8.
You gotta
the fuck is an advanced 8?
We come from different cultures. Like, I talk about football from an Egyptian point of view and the coaching here, right? Like, I took the licenses of the coaching here, the 2 licenses that I took, the different terms completely. The English language is wrong. What I understood counter press is the like winning the ball right after the old Pep way of playing football. You know, a Barcelona
as soon as you lose it,
will win it in the next 5 seconds.
Exactly.
This
is what they're saying.
We think that Mason Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro are gonna do that, and Rashford and Anthony.
That's what I'm saying. I meant to believe that's gonna happen. So if you're counter pressing with Mount, it means you're counter pressing with the person on the other side, which is gonna be Bruno. But at the same time, I'm supposed to believe that this guy is gonna be positionally aware to play deep when we have the ball and we don't have the ball. The amount of chances that we're gonna concede playing that way, because that front line is not good enough to win the ball and to play that way. And wallahi, God be with Casemiro, because this guy is gonna age quicker than Fabinho. And I think he's about Fabinho's age. But he's going to age so quick in that 1 year, because that shit, I'm going to tell you right now, forget that I have the Mason Mount picture on and all that. That shit's not going to work. And I can be called negative. You can call me everything that you guys want. It's not going to work. This team is not good enough to do any of that. And I'm going to stay subscribed to that, because I don't believe this is going to work. I'm going to hope that it works, but it's not going to work. And I'm being very, very vague and honest with it. انت يا عم.
Sam, what are you doing? Can we seriously know what you're doing?
Yeah, the minute
Is
I
that
start
something you
talking,
can
this
share with
guy
the people or no?
is sexing Rihanna.
No. What? Why?
Is that something you can share with the people? What were you doing?
No, there is nothing I'm doing. I'm listening to him talk. I'm so happy he's speaking
Okay.
finally.
You don't even remember what I said. It was just me and
No,
you.
I
My
remember
point
everything you
is,
said.
so long story
You're
short,
tired of the tacticos and all this. I heard it.
you get Mason Mount.
Tacticos.
It doesn't change the way you play football, but he adds goals. He scores goals more than Ericsson.
You
I
just
know
said
that for
again it
fact.
doesn't change it. Ya Rabbi, wallah lazim ta'ab.
I know what Ten Hag is gonna do. You actually
But
had
you just said it
position in
won't
most of the
change.
games. Look, listen. It's not that I know. I'm just watching 38 games of Man United. Sorry, I watched 55 games of Man United to at least have an idea what this guy wants to do. And also, he tops it by signing Mason Mount instead of someone who holds position. So it's that. So what am I? I'm gonna sit here and expect that he's gonna do something else. The guy went and bought someone who matches exactly what he did in 55 games. And then you're telling me the football is going to change. Mason Mount.
The way
Mason
Mount is going to play is not the same way Bruno played. Bruno did not do that.
But so Bruno's going to drop next to Casemiro, or there is another option. How many times you have seen Bruno this year go to the right side to play? He might try to play Mason Mount in there where he played that for Chelsea before. He might try to do that, at least to have you remember many
صابوا احباط خلاص, he's depressed.
Yeah, so I destroyed all the things that Man United fans built for him.
I'm so happy that you said that. You know why? Because we sat here on this show for the first time when we did the first episode 2 weeks ago.
I'm giving you props. I said Mason Mount is gonna be good for you. You're telling me no.
I don't care for that. That didn't make me feel any better for you to say that. The issue is we sat here 2 weeks ago and I said if we get Mount, we're not gonna get another midfielder. You just said he's gonna play on the right wing. So who is going to play in midfield? Because you told me we're not getting another midfielder, but now you're telling me we are. Or is Eriksen going to play again?
In the beginning, I actually wanted to say something. If Man United stayed with the same exact midfield and they added Onana and a striker, they improve by 10 points. Facts.
Okay.
Why I'm saying that?
That's so simple because you're taking De Gea out and you're adding a striker that we didn't have. So yes,
exactly. So now you're moaning and screaming because you added Mason Mount to an already competent midfield.
Because you just changed the midfield. The midfield does not play the same way.
You have the same player. You added one, another option. So what is wrong?
Staffy, there's a guy supporting you in the comment section. He says, don't let him get to your head, Staffy. Mo is an undercover Lakaka fan who can't afford to buy a dry sausage for him to get over the line, but bashes everything about him instead. تفضل يا مصطفى تفضل. شايف كيف comment section are with you, bro?
Bro, they feel bad for me. They were like,
I've seen this guy. The problem. Then I tell you Mo's the enemy. Now you notice, right? Subhanallah.
They've seen me on multiple channels trying to say the same thing, and they feel bad for me at this point. They're like, "Khalas, no more talking about Mount for this guy." But just Mo, wallah lazim, that made no sense.
Let me ask you a simple question. Is yes or no? I want him to answer the question first. Wait. Did you remove anybody from the midfield by adding Mount?
Yes. You put Mount, it means you took out Eriksen. I don't care that he's still in the squad. You're talking about Eriksen as of now, Mount is going to be on the bench. That's not going to happen, bro. You said adding Onana and a striker improves us. Yes. You added Mount. What does that mean? You're putting him in for someone else. Was that someone else? Eriksen. Do they play the same style? No. There you go. You changed it. The whole thing is different. Now that you see it, because like I feel like I'm just talking gibberish or something.
I think that Bruno next to Casemiro and Mount ahead of them is better than Eriksen, the one I saw last year.
But that wasn't your argument. Your argument was that if you bring on those two with that midfield, it improves.
Well, I want to know what you I told you before you made that statement.
And bro, did you see how I just...
Eriksen last year, bro, he had some good moments, but the way he was passing, sometimes like getting pressed and losing the ball.
Who's a better passer, Eriksen or Mount? Who's a better passer?
Eriksen, of course.
Eriksen had the most assists in our team, and he was
better than Bruno, by the way.
He had the most assists in our team, and he was injured for about 3 months.
My problem with Eriksen in the build-up play, sometimes Eriksen would get trapped and lose the ball under pressure.
And you think Bruno can do it better? Go
You
watch
think
the
Bruno can
Brentford
do
game.
it better?
I actually think that Bruno can do it better.
You don't watch, if you think that, wallahi, you don't watch Man United, because that's actually what I criticize him for. I criticize him for that little
My
stuff.
head's hot. I don't even want to wear the hat anymore.
Everything else that he does on the ball, I actually don't have an issue with it. It's those moments when he drops deep and he gives the ball away in the midfield.
No way you're doing Bruno press resistant prop right now.
There's no, I'm not. Wallahi, I don't think I could survive that one. I could sit here and joke about Mount and put a picture, but I'm not about to have a Mount. A Bruno press resistant segment. I can't do that.
Debate Mo has ever started in his whole life.
He said he has his license in
Sigara
coaching.
bunny. Who divided? It's too small right now.
Look, I thought that Eriksen was very good. Listen, he played for my club and he was good, but even he struggled physically in the Italian league playing a deeper role under Antonio Conte. It took him a while, bro, to get used to. Eriksen is used to the free role, ahead, a little bit ahead of the midfield. You drop him deeper, you put him under pressure, he crumbles. The fact that Bruno's better than him doesn't mean that Bruno's a 9 and Eriksen is an 8. If Eriksen is a 4, Bruno's a 5. So your argument is that Bruno's better than him means he's better in everything. No, I think Bruno is better last season than Eriksen. I don't get why you guys
who said Bruno is better than him, because no one on this panel said Bruno is better.
I think he's better than him. I think Eriksen last season crumpled every time he came under pressure. Crumbled, bro. Every time.
That's cap. He didn't crumble every time.
Most of the most of the time.
I
don't think he crumbled. If he crumbled most of the time, then United wouldn't have finished top 4.
Bro, he's probably talking about, by the way,
United
the Brentford game.
Couldn't hold the ball as much most of the games. They used to move it to the wide areas and play in triangles in the wide areas.
No, let me explain to you what you're doing. You're arguing press resistant in favor of Bruno Fernandes. Do you understand?
No.
How bad of an argument?
No, you're not. No, if I have 2 defenders, I am allowed to choose the better of these 2, even if 2 are terrible.
Okay,
it's that simple.
Okay, let's just get to the bottom of this. So you think Bruno and Casemiro double pivot will work?
With Onana, it should work, yes.
This guy doesn't like me, bro. Wallah, he just wants me to suffer next season. Bro, listen, just to cut the crap, bro, it's not gonna happen anyways. I just described to you.
Listen,
have you can I tell you something? Have you seen our games?
It's an opinion. I think
Bruno, it's not an opinion, it's a horrible take. It's
okay. So Bruno, you are absolutely wrong. You're absolutely just saying that it's a horrible opinion based on your opinion. I didn't say your opinion is horrible.
It's based on facts.
I am trying to convince you with my opinion.
He's not gonna play as a double pivot, bro.
Bruno in the last year in the past, he's the most consistent player for Man United, and I think he's not a bad player. You're a Liverpool fan, so you're always gonna say he's a bad player. I think Bruno isn't bad.
No, that's not how I just defended
next to Casemiro with Mason Mount. It might work if the defensive line move up 10-15 yards because they have Onana. It will work.
It will move
and when they're
anyways.
defending, then what?
Yeah, Habibi, it will move anyways but I explained it for different reasons.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be a double pivot. Bruno will play
deeper.
So,
I need to answer him. Let me. I don't want to get dragged into something. You're telling me that Eriksen defends better than Bruno.
To be honest.
You think that Eriksen defends better than Bruno? Is that what you're saying?
With the ball, yes, of course. In possession.
No. See,
he said defend.
Okay, you asked me defensively. Will it work?
That's the right answer.
I said offensively. If the defensive line move up a little bit, Bruno, Casemiro next to each other should work because the build-up is higher. They're not close to the 18. That's what I said. And you asked a question.
And when they're defending,
let me finish the question that you asked. You asked me, and when
let me finish the question that I asked.
Yes, no, you asked. And what about when they're defending? So I asked you again. Do you think Eriksen is a better defender? No matter who is good or not bad, is a better defender than Bruno?
No, they both can defend.
So they both can defend.
Zero.
Bruno
they're both
actually
zero
can
defensively.
They're both Bruno can't defend, bro. Bruno cannot defend.
Can't play there.
Zero defensive. So you think that Bruno and Eriksen are both zero?
Garbage.
The only difference is, Mo, I think you're talking about it this way, is because Bruno, he has more legs than Eriksen. So in your head, I am imagining him tracking back, trying to like chase someone down. Yes, he does that. That doesn't make him a good defender. Because
Yeah,
I've seen in
no,
instances.
I didn't say he's a good defender. I said it's better than having Eriksson and Casemiro defensively.
No,
That's
it's
what
not.
I said.
No, it's not.
But bro,
It's
you're
worse.
singling out. But you're singling out. Okay,
It's
I get what
worse.
you're doing, but you're singling out Eriksson's main
That's
deficiency.
defending.
It's
Someone told you stuff. That's defending. It's literally defending. Running back and hustling back after the ball. It's actually defending.
Being in the right position is defending. When Bruno presses beyond the strikers in games, hold on.
Onana played pivot. He's better than Declan Rice.
Yeah, bro, it's my bad. When Bruno presses in games beyond the striker and he leaves that midfield exposed because the distance between him and the two defenders that are playing behind him is about 20-30 yards and he leaves them exposed, that's bad defending. Sometimes all you have to do is be positionally aware of where you need to be. Tracking back when you don't have to, or chasing a defender down when you don't have to,
but you're not
is bad defending.
You're not understanding.
Because I don't think you watch enough Man United.
You're not understanding. You're gonna play high. You're gonna play a little bit higher line. But this comment is absolute. Do you know I was arguing this morning with somebody, and then I said, "How many games did Casemiro get suspended for?" And we started counting. The guy got suspended, I think. Who gets suspended one season for 9 games?
I think it was 8 games. But to be honest, one of them was unfair.
2 red cards.
I didn't agree with one of the
2 red cards, 8 games only?
And 1 5 yellow, yeah. So he had the 5 yellows, so he got suspended for a game.
It's 9 games. Let me tell you how.
It could be one more.
6 games, 2 red cards, so 6 games. And then the first 5 yellow, you get 1
6
game.
games?
It's just...
How is it 6 games?
When you get a red card, it's a straight 3 games. Didn't he get suspended for 3 games?
It was 2, then 3.
2 games only.
He got the second red, you get an extra game.
Actually, no. A straight red card is based on how it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3.
It was an extra game. I am telling you, it was an extra game because it was second red.
The extra game comes from 10 yellows. You get suspended 2 games. Every red card every red card is absolutely assessed individually, by the way. It has nothing to do with your red card before.
Anyway,
long story short, 8 or 9. Who gets what I mean? Who is the starting DM in the world that gets suspended third of the league?
Bro, ask the referees, bro, because I'm not gonna allow this Casemiro slander.
You literally need to buy another DM to cover for these 9 games.
This guy just say ask the referees. Casemiro could have got more red cards, by the way. You're lucky.
Bro, he had 0 red cards until he came to Manchester United and he got 2. You're telling
That's a
me
lie. He had red cards at Real Madrid.
Oh, never.
Really?
Never.
Thank you. This guy, bro, he thinks I'm just here to joke around. This guy had 2 red cards.
I think you're here to be quiet. That's what I think you're here for.
You're
here to be quiet and smoke shisha. That's what
I didn't shut up since we started because Mo knew how to instigate me.
I'm glad we finally got 3 words out of Staffy. I'm so proud of him. Anyway, listen, an hour and a half is enough for you guys to watch on the replay because I don't want you guys watching.
Can I say something? Hold on, before you end this. Yeah. I've never seen the comment section be so nice to me. I think these guys are finally, they're seeing my frustration.
Right, just stop this, man.
A lot of them said that you waffle, so it's okay. You can pick and choose which comments to read.
Can we take that back? In 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 10 seasons, he got 2 red cards. 10 seasons at Real Madrid.
Thank you. Wait, in Real Madrid, he got 2 red cards?
Something before we wrap up. This is what I want you to do. Who do you think was right in this Man United debate? Don't write life stories. Just tell me Mo or Staffy. Very simple. Very simple. No need to write me paragraphs.
Just remind him that he's a corrupt judge. That's
so do you want who got it right for the Man United section? Was it Mo or was it Staffy? Just write Staffy or Mo. That's all I want. So speaking of the corrupt judge, where can people find you, Habibi?
Never a foul daily when I argue with a lot of people.
Why are the people saying Mo? I don't like that. Sorry, Mo. Go ahead. You guys let me down. I just said you were being nice to me and now you're saying Mo.
That you're showing the one.
The one comment.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Anyway, you guys can find me on Never a Foul. So daily on Never a Foul. It's just called Never a Foul. And on Twitter, find Judge Mo on Twitter. Judge Mo on Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, and I don't join spaces.
He's a man of few words. Except when it comes on my channel, it's like هي يا اخي قبل ما يطلع على قناتي بتحس بشرب شغله بتحط ريد بول فيه بيعطيك
No, يا أخي, because I'm
زوين.
comfortable here. You don't want me to be comfortable? You want me
This
to come
beer?
in and have...
Look how
What?
he makes it. Look how he just like he shames you. He shames you. إنه
حسسك بالذنب يا
now whatever I answer, I'm an asshole. If I say yes, I'm an asshole, and no, I'm an asshole. Anyway, bro, I love the fact that you speak, because if you don't speak, we're fucked, because this guy didn't say a word for an hour.
ما هو if Mo lets me talk, I'll probably get
الحمد
more
لله
words
انك
in.
بتحكي. الحمد لله انك بتحكي.
Bro, wallahi, yesterday on the top 6 when
This
he
is
was
this stuff the
quiet.
whole day.
Listen,
Because
For
you guys
an
are
hour.
like, to be honest,
yesterday,
some of the waffle that was said yesterday,
but you were
is
so
beyond.
quiet. I was so
And
happy.
some
I was
people,
like,
man,
I've
they talk
never
in
gotten
a
so
way
much
that
to
is like you cannot respond to. Anyway, long story.
Who are you
Off-
talking
off
about?
stream.
Other
We'll
than
speak
Igal,
off
because
stream.
I
talk.
cooked
I'm
Igal.
sure Osam knows what I'm talking about. Like,
We'll
so
speak
much
off
waffle.
stream. Off stream. Staffy, where can people find you, Habibi?
You can find me on all socials at El Don Staffy. Follow me on my YouTube. Subscribe, to my YouTube, Staffy TV. I was supposed to post my first video yesterday, and unfortunately, I went through technical difficulties and I couldn't post the video. It was a rant about amount, but thank God I did not post it because I have converted. So, subscribe there, follow me on socials, and you'll see me obviously on El Ahwa every time Hussein posts whenever we're gonna go live.
This guy will go on 15 channels but not upload one video on his own. It is what it
والله
is.
record
Anyway,
it bro بقول لك الفيديو باظ والله.
why do you
عشان-
are pre-recording
And we
video?
wrap up.
23? Why? See?
هنتكلم بعد الشو انت ليه
On
قاعد
your
تكسفني
head
قدام
top. On
الناس؟
your head
I know
top.
I had to
While
help
we're live.
Staffy. He had a problem really with OBS.
he
one.
knows, bro.
Big one.
Oh, so cute. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Go check out both them guys, man. Big
Egyptian
up
friends,
to
we're
Chombe,
Egyptian
Jacob,
friends.
Soa, AJ, Joe, Sean, JJ, Fuad, Victor, Elman. Who the hell is this guy? Jarus. And there's a guy with a P that I just wrote P. I forgot the rest of his name. Oh, not Jarus. Wait, I'm reading the wrong page. Sorry. Big up to CFC Pirate. My bad. So big up to you, CFC Pirate. Love you all. Stay tuned tomorrow for a couple of shows, inshallah, or one show. See you guys tomorrow, inshallah.